My name is Randall. I live in Winterville, North Carolina. I just wanted to ask, what is our part in salvation and sanctification, and what is God's part? As I read the Bible, study the Bible more, just seems more and more like that we have a part, but it's very small, because it is God who gives us the desire to live a holy life. But not only does he provide the desire, but he also gives us the ability to do it. So just kind of wondering if you could expound on that a little bit for me. What is my part and what is God's part?
Randall, thank you so much for calling. We're grateful to have you listening there in Winter Haven. Stephen?
Well, I think Randall asked a great question, and Randall, you gave a great answer. So it's a matter of putting an exclamation point on your comments and maybe just a little commentary. There are passages of Scripture that very clearly let us know that the answer to the question, is salvation and sanctification up to God or up to you? And the answer would be yes. We know that God is the initiator of our salvation. He must give us that gift, opening our eyes to accept the gift of faith. We love him because he what? Because he first loved us. He loved us. We don't understand what he did in eternity past. That's the mind of God, and that's the work of God. As it relates to sanctification, I can take you to passages of Scripture that say it's all up to God, and passages that seem to indicate it's up to us. By the way, related to my earlier comments, can anybody get into heaven simply because, well, God did something in eternity past? No. The Apostle Paul makes it very clear. Call upon the name of the Lord and thou shalt be saved. Nobody's getting into heaven who hasn't said yes to Jesus. So the question isn't, did God do something? The question for you, my friend, if you're not a believer, is, are you ready to say yes to Jesus? You're not getting into heaven unless you do. Sanctification is you daily saying yes to Jesus in terms of obedience and submission. Yes, God is doing that where Paul wrote to the Philippians. He's working in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. You're not going to grow an inch without the work of God's Spirit in your life. However, are there passages that talk about obedience and submission and surrender and confession daily? Absolutely. So just do your part every day and leave to God those things we might not understand, but we certainly leave with his sovereign hand as he does his work in our lives and hearts.